The Star Union has been around for many millennia. Terrans, as they have been known by, founded it. They were a unique alien, tall, averaging 8 feet, lanky, patches of hair on their heads and face, length typically varied between genders. They were unique, a pack-style species, but yet some enjoy solitude. They were never consistent, just like the history of Terrans. You see, their history bragged of supreme strength, endurance, speed and agility amongst the Union species, yet it wasn't true. Yes, they were stronger, faster and had a higher endurance than most species, but not near what the history logs spoke of. The Terrans founded the Union though, took in many weaker and not as useful species, so none complained about their exaggerations. We loved the Terrans. They were accepting, loving, cautious, yet tenaciously protective. Any assault upon the Union and the Terrans was there. All you had to do was ask, and ask we did. In the 48,749 years of history of the Union, the Terrans were involved in every conflict. They were our cavalry, our backup, and they always won, always were victorious no matter the cost. That was true until recently when the Ravagers came. Stronger, bigger, faster, better endurance, more agile than the Terrans. These Xenovos believed they were the gods' chosen people, the best in the void, and it was true. The outlying systems of the Union were the first to be eradicated, blinked out of existence, the planets and systems overturned by the Ravagers. The Terrans were called. They fared better, but the casualties were atrocious. 15 Terrans died per Ravager. The Union couldn't sustain those casualties. When word got out to the civilians, panic overtook them. Who would save us if the Terrans could not? They were our backup, but we've never faced this type of threat. Who could Terrans call upon if they can't even stop this foe? This question was on the HoloNet, repeated, reposted ad nauseum. Fear gripped the people, terrorized the Union. There was no victory here, just a slow defeat, death at the hands of the Ravagers. The only question was when. I believed it too. Wrote many articles. I fed the fear. Was it my most proud moment? No, but I have a family to feed. Unfortunately, due to the exposure I received, I was recruited to a meeting by the Star Union Admirals, a gathering of 5 Terrans. Journalist Khan, you are not to leak any of this information until we say so. What we are about to expose the Union to, well, they may not be ready. If you are prepared to be the voice of the Union, the first to speak and publish what is about to happen, then sign this NDA. That was the first of my 2 instructions I would ever receive from these 5 men. Of course, the temptation to be the first, the one to reap all those credits was too tempting, so I signed and sat in my designated seat, listening and writing. Well, it's time. Wouldn't you say, old friends? Admiral Carroll asked, as he lifted a glass of whiskey to signify a cheers. The 4 others raised their various liquor-filled glasses and grunted in affirmation. They brought their drinks down, clinked them on the table and took a small swig. All right, I think we get to it. The other systems have been breached, as you all know. Please insert your keys and flip your switches. The 5 admirals, all in a uniform motion, removed their emblem from their uniforms, placing it into the desk, turning them, which revealed a switch in front of each of them. The first 4 switches were flicked instantly. Admiral Carroll took a deep breath, closed his eyes momentarily, as if he was centering himself. His eyes slowly opened, as he released his breath, and flicked his switch. I will not lie. It was a bit anticlimactic. I thought there would be a bomb or some crazy weapon being unleashed. Instead, silence, for about 15 minutes. Then a transmission ping resounded in the room. Admiral Carroll accepted it. A voice rung out, very Terran-like, but much more guttural. The man on the other end of the transmission sounded as if he was 15 feet tall and as big as a house. His voice did not ask for respect, but demanded it. Star Union Terran Admirals, I must admit I did not expect this call in my entire career. This must be a true emergency to call upon us. Admiral Carroll stood up, as if he was speaking to the Star Union President himself. Sir, this is Admiral Carroll. We have been under siege from a species called the Ravagers. They are bigger than us, and our casualties are extreme. We cannot push them back, and we cannot hold them at a standstill. We cannot stop them. His voice shaky, nothing like the way he spoke to his compatriots. The other 4 admirals kept looking to one another, seemingly searching for some kind of hope. They truly seemed nervous. I could only imagine what hell a Terran would consider backup. You understand, Carol. Once we are out, there is no going back. The 4 admirals nodded to Carol. Yes, sir. Good. Send us every HoloNet entry, every battle report, surveillance and battle video. Our analysts will figure out what we are fighting. We will be there within a month. Can you hold off until then? Admiral Carroll swallowed a lump in his throat. We will try our damnedest. Copy. The response signified that the call was over. Admiral Carroll sat back down, letting out a huge sigh, and emptied the rest of his glass. The 4 others followed suit. You are about to learn our greatest secret. Hell, the Union will soon know it. Admiral Carroll turned away as he spoke, facing the wall, and opened a video conference. On the main screen, covering the entirety of the wall, you could see the 4 admirals around the table behind Carroll, and myself in the far back against the wall. As video confirmations began rolling in, hundreds of Terran Star Union commanders began joining the call. It seemed like they were waiting for this. Admiral Carroll began pouring another cup, inviting the others to join him. 1 month. We will hold ground until they come. We will not falter, we will not fail. We will leave no man or woman behind, for this is the way humans wage war. He lifted his cup before draining it. Hundreds of voices cheered out before me and drained their cups. My mouth moved before my brain could catch up, my question being met by a scream full of smirks. What the fuck is a human?